Hello and welcome to another powerful episode on wealth creation. And I'm your host, Ambassador Tina Kenechku. Today we will be discussing a topic that directly affects our communities, our markets, our youth, and the future of local governance, driving sustainable wealth from the grassroots. Now, it might interest you to know that sustainable wealth is not just about the federal allocation or short-term projects. It is about building a system that empowers people, grow local businesses, create jobs, and strengthen our communities from within. Let's explore this topic together, how this can be achieved. We'll go on a short break. When we return, I will introduce our guests for today. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. Our guest for today is Comrade Dr. Honorable Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu. He is the DJ Society Wellbeing Advocate of Nigeria, SWAN. Dr. Eze Honorable Onyebuchi Chukwu is also the APGA chairmanship candidate for FCT AMAC election. He has also championed a lot of youth empowerment projects. And I'm so excited to have him on the show today, discussing how to drive sustainable wealth from the grassroots. And I'm very certain he's going to do justice to that. So you stay tuned as we'll explore this topic. Dr. Honorable Onyebuchi, Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu, I'm so excited to have you on the show. It's a pleasure to meet with you today. So you're welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here too.
Thank you so much. So just to start immediately, when we talk about sustainable wealth from the grassroots, what does it truly mean at the local government level beyond just revenue generation?
Well, sustainable wealth in the grassroots, from my own understanding, is putting systems on ground that will generate wealth at the grassroots. You know, putting systems on ground, policies that will drive wealth to the grassroots, and laws, just things that will encourage wealth creation in the grassroots. And not just wealth creation, but wealth creation that can be sustained.
Not necessarily depending on the revenue allocation. So you're saying that when we talk about creating wealth, sustainable wealth from the grassroots, we're definitely talking about setting policy standards that can enable us look outside the allocation, the federal allocation, and look for other ways that we can actually drive this sustainable wealth, right?
Yes, federal allocation is more like salary. Federal allocation can be likened to salary to the government, from the federal government. And of course, nobody can be sustained with salary. So what I'm talking about is putting systems on ground that will encourage business, encourage what the people do. You know, there can never be any successful society without the successful citizens. So first of all, you put in place policies and then systems that will enable people to thrive. Once they thrive, the society itself will thrive. So the grassroots needs this kind of systems that will enable people and give people opportunities to thrive in whatever they do for a living. Encouraging the people at the grassroots, you know, supporting them also is a very good way of putting systems that will enhance wealth creation in the grassroots.
All right. So when we talk about these systems, can you mention what are these systems that we can actually put in place, to drive wealth generation from the grassroots?
Encouraging what the people do.
Wealth Creation is a 30-minute inspirational, business-focused television program that empowers viewers with practical ideas on how to build sustainable wealth.
You can be a very high income earner and still be broke, but you can be a low income earner and be able to create wealth.
We've ignored what it takes to actually create wealth.
We have things that if they are
Massive.
properly documented and harnessed, it generates a lot of money to Nigeria. The show features engaging discussion with entrepreneurs, investors, professionals, and industry leaders who share real-life success stories and financial strategies and income-generating opportunities for everyone. Each episode delivers actionable insight aimed at promoting entrepreneurship, financial literacy, job creation, economic empowerment, and even values for everyone. Join us on Global Television every Thursday, 12:30 to 1 p.m. live, and a repeat Sundays, 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I have to look at some. All right. So in creating sustainable wealth, we cannot overlook the small businesses, within the local government or within the local governance. So now the next question I'll be asking you will be, what are the practical steps that grassroots leaders can take to empower these small businesses and informal traders that can also support sustainable wealth within the local governance or the grassroots?
I think one of them is by giving support to the people in the grassroots. Skills acquisition is what I have always preached. If you get the people productive, then the economy, the society will also be productive. Encourage them, encourage what they do. Small business loans, free skills acquisitions, empowerment. Once you get the people productive, you will see the economy of the grassroots also productive. And the sustainable wealth we're talking about is actually, this wealth comes from humans. So once you empower these humans to generate wealth, you are sustaining the wealth except they are not alive. So the first thing is to put in systems, policies, laws that will help the people at the grassroots to be productive in everything that they do. It will reduce both criminality, reduce poverty, and improve the economy of the grassroots.
So how about agriculture? What will you say about agriculture when it comes to driving sustainable wealth in the local area? Same thing,
encouraging agriculture, because we have a society where government don't pay much attention to agriculture. It's all about what can bear fruit immediately. Meanwhile, agriculture is actually one of the, if not the first
revenue generating
yes, first platform that can actually sustain wealth. So government must do everything they can to encourage agriculture in the rural area. Majority of the people at the grassroots are people who are not educated and are not interested in education. They are majorly farmers, and then encouraging that farming will be a boost and also a great platform for sustainable wealth creation in the grassroots.
Interesting. So, Honorable, you have actually championed a lot of youth empowerment projects, and you have a lot of platforms that also empower youth as well. And you've headed a lot of youth organizations from your bio. And the question I want to ask you now is, as a youth empowerment advocate, what role do you think that youth empowerment and vocational skill training can actually, play in building sustainable wealth within the local economies?
Youth empowerment is actually the solution to almost every problem we are trying to solve in the country. According to statistics, we are over 70% of our population. Now, if we are 70%, it means that 70% of our problem is reliant on the solution of the problems of the youths. Now, if we get the youths engaged and productive, if we empower them to stand on their own, to be self-employed, to practice what they want, their own skills, and they become successful at the grassroots, we will be solving the problem of insecurity, we'll be solving the problem of violence, any form of criminality. And at the same time, we'll be growing the economy, because wealth is created when the individuals are gainfully engaged. So youth empowerment has a lot of things to solve the problem of unemployment among the youth, to solve the problem of criminality, the problem of economy also, the local economy in the grassroots.
All right, beautiful. We will go on a short break and please stay tuned. World Curation is a 30-minute inspirational, business-focused television program that empowers viewers with practical ideas on how to build sustainable wealth.
You can be a very high income earner and still be broke, but you can be a low income earner and be able to create wealth.
We've ignored what it takes to actually create wealth.
We have things that if they are
Massive.
documented and harnessed, it generates a lot of money to Nigeria. The show features engaging discussion with entrepreneurs, investors, professionals, and industry leaders who share real-life success stories and financial strategies and income-generating opportunities for everyone. Each episode delivers actionable insight aimed at promoting entrepreneurship, financial literacy, job creation, economic empowerment, and even values for everyone. Join us on Global Television every Thursday, 12:30 to 1 p.m. live, and a repeat Sundays, 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. You're welcome back. Just in case you're just joining us, we're discussing how to drive sustainable wealth from the grassroots. That is the local government. And we're discussing with the DG Society Wellbeing Advocate of Nigeria, a man who has championed a lot of youth empowerment projects and is someone who is very familiar with creating sustainable wealth within the local governance and the grassroots. And I'm so excited to have him on the show today. This young man, based on what he has done so far today, he has also emerged as APGA candidate for the forthcoming AMAC election. So that is why we consider him fit as someone to discuss this topic when we talk about the local governance. So we're excited. So in case you're just joining, please stay tuned. This has been an amazing topic so far. You're welcome back to the show, Honorable Dr. Eze Onyebuchi. I'm so excited to have you on the show, talking about the local governance, and we're excited about that. Now, looking at all what you've accomplished so far, can you tell us a bit about the Society Wellbeing Advocate of Nigeria, SWAN?
Society Wellbeing Advocate of Nigeria was actually registered to fill in this gap of unemployment among the youths. This organization was registered in 2019 after the general election, and I registered it with the hope of just focusing on solving societal problems and just leaving politics to be. Let's just go into the society, solve the ones we can, since we can't get leadership right, because I know from the beginning that our problem in the country is not actually tribe or religion, that our problem is purely leadership. And haven't tried for us to have a good leadership in the country. What I wanted was to just have an NGO with which we also render service to humanity. The basic thing we want to do, or we are doing with Society Wellbeing Advocates of Nigeria, is just advocacy and youth empowerment. So we go about
educating the youths.
Yeah, educating the youth, or also asking for good governance.
Yeah.
And then looking for youth who are unemployed, but actually wants to learn a skill. So if they do not have the money to learn skill, we will encourage them, support them until they learn their skill. We enroll them train them on that skills of their
Wow,
choice.
beautiful. Please, I'm so interested. Sorry to cut short. I'm so interested when you talk about youth empowerment, awareness, advocacy, and campaign, because it's something I'm very passionate about. I tell people that everything that we want to achieve revolves around advocacy and awareness, because a lot of people, lack of information has kept a lot of people to where they are. And the need for advocacy and awareness can't be overemphasized. Now, having explained what this is all about, can you tell us a bit of what you've been able to do when it comes to this advocacy and youth empowerment project, since we're talking about wealth creation?
Immediately we registered in 2019. COVID-19 started in 2020. So what we did, we started distributing foods in the communities of Amak and Abuja entirely during that COVID. After that, we started free skills acquisition. We will organize free skills acquisition for youth. We have a good number of them. Over 100 people have already benefited from this skills acquisition. So we will just organize and then bring people in to learn baking, tailoring. We have a lot of people for furniture, plaiting of hair, a lot of skills, digital skills. Yeah. So we'll enroll them, we'll pay for it. Once they graduate, we'll give them support to start also. We have also taken this to schools. We have conducted some kind of tests for students, and then once we get the overall best, like maybe 10, 20 to 30, we'll sponsor them on scholarship. So we've been on it, and up to this moment.
And you are getting feedback and report they are doing well in their different areas, right?
Yes, there's one we taught how to paint. He was even the one that painted my house the last time. So he said he wants to come and paint my house. I gave him the opportunity. He came, painted my parlor and my rooms, and was off also.
Beautiful. Wow, yes. That's very interesting. Now, having done so much in the area of youth empowerment, advocacy, and I like the fact that it's not just about training and then advocacy. You people also go to the extent of even giving them small money to get started, right? Now, with all of this accomplishment, what truly inspired you to now want to go to become the candidate for AMAC chairmanship? What inspired you?
Hunger for good governance. What we have, I've gone around through the communities of AMAC, and I've seen the state of things. So if I am living here and benefiting from AMAC, it is my duty to contribute for its development. So I really want government back to the people. What we have, the communities, there are places I have gone in this same AMAC that is supposed to be the capital of the capital. The AMAC is supposed to be the model of what a local government should be in Nigeria and abroad. Yeah. But we have places in AMAC where there's no water, no light, no school, no hospital, no road. How do they manage to exist? So it is hunger for good governance that's bringing me. I am coming in to change the narrative. That is why I told them it's practical solution to problems. That is what leadership should be about. And we are going about telling them the things we want to do, like free medical care for pregnant women, like as it is in Anambra State, including CS in Anambra, from the time of conception to the time of delivery in Anambra, everything is free. Free education and all of that.
Wow, I love the fact that, beautiful, well done. Now, looking at everything that you have already said, you've not mentioned women's specific area. You've not mentioned women's specific area. Now, back to wealth creation. How can women-led enterprises, because you can't talk about wealth creation without talking about women. There are people that when you talk about wealth creation, you talk about skill acquisition, you talk about soft skills, everything. I'm not saying that men are not doing beautifully well, but sometimes you see a lot of women, they're in the forefront and all of that. So what are the plans when we talk about driving this local governance and the grassroots wealth creation? How can we support women-led enterprises to grow beyond what they're doing now, to also help in creating sustainable wealth?
The truth is that women are very industrious people. Yeah. And each time you support a woman to succeed, you ended up supporting a whole family to succeed. Women, they are caretakers. So any government that really wants to sustain wealth creation in the grassroots should first of all target women and give them support. Whatever they do, give them support, soft or low interest loans or grants.
Grants,
You know,
yeah.
So let the women be at the forefront of productive engagements. This will help to grow the economy. You know, it's not just about youths. Sometimes it's even the women that also take care of both the youths and the elderly. So I think government should just support whatever the women do. It will go a long way in sustainable
So
wealth
what do
creation.
you have to say about digital innovation and all of that, proper data management, boosting internally generated revenue? So do you think that when we talk about digital innovation, how do we also include this in the local governance? It's not just from the top, in creating sustainable wealth within the local areas.
First, of course, deploying technology is also very good, especially as we know that you can't manage what you can't measure.
Yeah.
You know, we should be able to at least have technology deployed for the measurement of what we are doing, the support level and all of that, so that we'll be able to manage. And technology has a way of also cutting down on corruption. You know, because most times governments deploy funds to support people at the grassroots, and then some people will hang it
no
up
transparency,
there.
no accountability.
Yes. So everything has to actually be open for all, and not just through some few individuals. That's the only way we can.
Yeah, so I agree with you. When we talk about digital innovation, it also helps with transparency and accountability. Because when we talk, we can't be talking about empowering people all the time, giving grants and all of that. But we can have systems, data management in place to say this is what I've been able to achieve over the years. And I can also tell you that it also, I give an example, let's say within the local area, if we keep a track record of what we've been able to do in the past, let's say in local governance, and they keep an accountability record and everything, it will help the next administration, other people coming on board. The statistics will be there, number of people that have been empowered, and then it will also guide subsequent decisions to say, okay, this is the area we're doing well, this is the area we need to channel more funds and all of that. So the emphasis on digital innovation can actually be too much. So it's something that wherever we are, we keep encouraging it and all of that. Now, to wrap up on this show, if sustainable wealth creation is properly implemented and that they are measurable within the local areas, now, how do you think that this can also impact citizens within 4 years, within 5 years, or even way beyond 4 years, or even way beyond 8 years? If we truly need sustainable wealth with everything that you have seen, how do you think this can impact the citizen in their different areas of endeavors and within the next 4, 5, 6 years?
Well, it will reduce unemployment.
Yes.
It will kill poverty.
Yeah.
It will grow the economy, and it will also improve the personal financial life of the citizens at the grassroots.
Thank you.
And once this is in place, of course, the sustainable wealth creation will be truly sustainable.
Thank you. So what would be your one advice to the local governance when it comes to driving sustainable wealth within the grassroots?
They should focus more on projects that will directly affect the life of the people, and not just elephant projects that has no direct effect or impartation on the people.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Honorable Comrade, Dr. Honorable Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu. It's been an amazing one having you on the show. I mean, you are a young man that is full of wisdom and knowledge, and I truly enjoy having you on the show today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right, so my host, for everyone that watched us or you're currently watching us, now sustainable wealth begins at the grassroots. It might interest you to know. Now, when we empower our markets, we invest into our youth, we support our women, and build transparent system. What are we doing? We're actually creating wealth. We're creating prosperity. We're creating lasting wealth and lasting development. The honest truth about it is that development is not imported from anywhere. We can't import, we can't say we're importing development from anywhere. Development is actually built from within. So what do we need to do? We need to join hands together, support the local governance so that we all can achieve driving sustainable wealth from the grassroots. I'm your your host, Ambassador Tina Kenechukwu. Thank you for watching. Please stay purposeful, stay impactful, and stay prosperous. Join us next week as we continue to discuss world creation and explore different areas that we can use to create sustainable wealth within our society. Thank you and bye for now.